Gorandara, I say, Amama Seta, Ashidu Ashite Ashuan, vibrations, every baka. May your mind bakas and souls be old. May your amets be sound. May your bakas be leavened off the ground. When we keep to the breath, the earth, the mothra, the seon, the soul of Ra guides and keeps you all. Ayan matata elai, say el say I, Amen Ra, Christ or a chaplain. I am Truth Awareness, True Talk. Can be a part of the greatest transfer of Ma'el, that's intelligence, Aminology to Ungodu. This is sound logic. With all that being said, being a fool is absolutely your choice. To Ray is Ray 1820. Go to Google, go to Apple, and download that Kagadora app. Especially if you're watching the markets, because then you have access to the real timeline that I am proving over and over again that the Draconians are countering. Okay? So you now have the opportunity to play the counterplay. All right. Now, go to Jesus.com, sign up, get initiated, get on the sound side, get the eye bucket to Omen, get your Mythorian Kagadora, your Draconian killer, your Draconian timeline killer. All right. The Mythorian Kagadora, keeping or is better than keeping the clock, and your call lock on that false timeline. You can also go to mothor.org, bookmark that, keep the tab on your phone screen or your desktop, and then you have access to the same time sequence. And you even get access to the ticker, the counter, the poster, the calendar, or the Kagadora, the printed version of the Kagadora, which is the poster, and it has the traditional ring calendar type setup format. That doesn't have the what you would call a clock. I call a kadu, right? The ticker, the timer. It doesn't have that. So if you want a little hack, knowing it doesn't even cost you any money, go to mothor.org, bookmark the site. All right. You also get access to the erectionary.com. Don't forget, dictionary words die your erection. Okay. We're learning to Ungodu. We speak motion. Thought is a spore that spawns intelligence. Denifungi.org. I don't consent to draconian state. You should be hashtagging that in your post. Don't forget, mental health is all about your etheric compass. We got to orientate to sound. All right, quick shit shower report of the crypto shit shower. We got to remember, blockchain is not an umbrella that you can hold and prevent shit head. All right. Once you put your money in, it's pretty much dead. The only chance you got is understanding how the timeline is being magnetically induced into a magnetic war. And then you can charge and decharge. So you can see, right? You can see things being marked up after hitting a bottom of the range and actually making a new range low, because everybody was parked at 106.5, right? Thinking that was going to be the low. Everybody bought in right here. Everybody thought they were smooth cashing here and trying to buy the dip back down here. Right? But then it dropped down and trapped everybody. So we got to see how this is being played out, because this dump happened on a number 9. Okay, this recovery started happening on a number 1. The continuation started happening on a number 2. So I'm getting these numbers from the Kagadora. That's our timeline, the solar timeline, Ra's timeline. So as I explained before, the only reason why it's going up as Ra's going up, because Ra is actually at its lowest point, building for a payout that comes on 8s. Okay? Number 9 is when you spend it. Number 1, you recover and start rebuilding again. Okay? We got to see that number 9 is like a continuation of what came to completion. All right? You have a full circle and then you have the little wick, little tail, or antenna, depending on whether it's a 6 or a 9. Well, that is actually another circle that is being formed, another spiral. Okay, and then when that one's closed, it's another spiral again. Okay, so when we understand how to read the energy, we can expect that on the lower days, minus any unique causes and events that they want to, to enact, we can expect that when Ra is on the lowest point, the markets will be on their higher point. And when Ra is delivering energy, they are wanting a delivery of our energy because we're getting it. It's their time to receive. So they take back anything that they have given. Okay? That's how it works. Today is number 2. Tomorrow is number 3, which is Monday. Tuesday is number 4. Wednesday is number 5. Thursday is number 6. So this is a great few days stretch for the markets to continue to go up. Friday is a 7. They could even allow it to continue going up on Friday, or they can allow it to go up from Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. They can kind of allow the market to go up and cash on a Wednesday, and they can call that a midweek reversal. Then once they cash on a Wednesday, right, they can now let the market recover on a Friday, because naturally you're going to receive energy because it's Friday. You don't have to work anymore, right? You're going to feel certain relief, right? So they can turn that relief into recovery, right? It's all about you taking your mind off of how you feel or the causes of how you feel and just going with your feelings. Okay, this is what they're doing. Okay, taking the causes away from what you feel so you can go with your feelings. They don't want you to think about yourself or what's happening. All right, so if they dump it on Wednesday, they can allow it to recover. Friday is a 6. They can allow it to build on a 7. It's the weekend anyways. Everybody's there. Everybody can pay attention. Perfect time to mark it up, get people to buy or sell, whatever what they want to do. But then know that Saturday is an 8. So Saturday is the big payday of Ether. That's when everybody's going to get, your sound frequencies. Okay? And let me remind you, even that cryptocurrency coin, all these coins that have these etheric names, you're going to see them change. Ra is here. I'm telling you that. Okay? This is going to end. These draconians have to be who they are, and they no longer can have their masks, their companies. Nothing will be able to have sound names. Okay? So we got to recognize and realize the power of the Kagadora and go with the energy so it can not only correct the markets, it can correct our society. Because once everybody's aware that this is a magnetic war, then they will have to either go along or shut it down. But they won't be able to fool us anymore. And you'll realize that you'll really not want to be in it because it's just a no-winning situation if you're playing the game from a perspective that it's legitimate. You understand? If you know that it's rigged, then you're not gonna do it. You got to see crypto for what it is. It's literally a trap that only opens when you present money in your hand. It's got teeth. And when it opens, you're pushing your hand in hopes of receiving money, but you are trying to hold on to your money. So when you open up your hand to grab the other cash, that's when it shuts down. Okay, your hand opening activates the close, and your hand shut with the money activates the open. Okay, that's how you have to energetically visualize it in order to be on top of that. Okay, in order to reverse that. Okay, and then you can get your hand, then you'll be able to steal the cookie from the cookie jar. or you'll be able to break the lock. Okay? All right? So that's basically why the market's recovering, because we are also recovering from a big payload, a big dump. So a big pump and a big dump. As raw pumps, markets are going to dump. Okay? As the market pumps, then that means raw is recovering. Okay? Raw only gives and multiplies. This is how the ethers work. It doesn't take away or divide. All right? You got that? So that's the crypto shit shower report. Let's hope that the markets continue to rise. We are now above 18.5, so that's good. So it needs to keep going now. The next stop is 15.5, I believe. Well, I think 12.5 there might be. Yeah, right. 11.5. Okay? 11.5. All right? We're going to watch out for 11.5. Okay? It's just very simple. 11.5. Okay? A couple more grand to play, and we can see what's happening. All right? But we shouldn't be, too overzealous. You should already be in the market. I wouldn't be buying anything once the rocket takes off. You got to wait for it to touch down again. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're just going to bring the market down. It's just going to trap. It's a trap. Okay? It only goes where the money is. Okay? Once it gets your money, that's it. It's gone. All right? Ta'anka for watching. Go to Google, go to Apple, download the Kagadora app, go to Jesus.com, sign up, get initiated, be sound, get your feet leavened, get your your bakas leavened off the ground. All right? Like, share, comment, tell everybody. We got to get everybody on the solar timeline. All right? Again, we're going to go back to the Kagadora. We're going to see that today is a 2 on the gematria. Tomorrow is a 3. Monday, Tuesday's a 4. Wednesday's a 5. We can expect a move. Okay, so either they keep letting it go up and they reverse it on Wednesday, or they can continue sending it up. But then they have Thursday and Friday, which is a 6 and a 7 to dump. Okay, so I'm expecting it to continue to go as it's going. And while before raw energy gets too high, they have an opportunity to run the market up so that they can dump it when raw is pumping. All right? True talk. Price Story Chaplain. Support. Buy, like, share, comment. Join.